you touched on it, didn't you, a short while ago, but the majority of back pages are dominated by last night's game. Massive game in the race for Europe. Big win for Brighton. Mac the Knife is a headline on the back of the Mirror. Late McAllister penalty gives Brighton a deserved victory. The headline in the Sun is clever. Full hand Luke Shaw gives Seagulls last gasp pen, and Mac lands KO blow is the headline on the back of the Express.
So full hand Luke, you know where that comes from?
Yeah, cool hand Luke.
And who was in that?
Go on.
Eating eggs, boiled eggs.
You don't know either, do you?
Go on.
He's talking to you, not me. He's pointing at you.
Well, he's looking at you.
You don't know. Don't look at me. You're supposed to be the expert.
I'm not the expert.
Educate me, Al.
Paul Newman,
very good. Very good.
Cool hand Luke.
Cool. I did say cool hand Luke, to be fair, didn't I?
Did you?
I said cool hand Luke, yeah. Look, can I ask you one question, though? Because we spoke about United, didn't we, in a tough result for United. But, Al, Brighton, sixth in the table.
Brilliant.
And they lost Graham Potter. They lose their best players. It feels like every single transfer window. Everything about that club, right, from top to bottom, is just run perfectly, isn't it?
Everything about Brighton, the opposite is Chelsea. Chelsea are playing with no confidence. No one's helping each other out. Brighton, on the other hand, full of confidence. Don't worry, give me the ball. When you're in possession with the ball, Ray will tell you. When you've got 3-4 options of a pass, brilliant. Chelsea, they're lucky if you're on the ball, you've got one option. People are hiding, they don't want it. They've had enough. Whereas, and I've said it before, they're lazy. Brighton's the opposite.
Absolutely.
Brighton are loving every game.
Totally right.
I mentioned their players leaving. The good news is they won last night. The bad news is Alexis McAllister, according to the Times this morning, he will make a decision on his future at the end of the season, with Liverpool having placed the Brighton midfielder on their list of potential reinforcements. Paul Joyce says the 24-year-old is poised to leave Brighton this summer after 4 seasons at the club, and Jurgen Klopp is an admirer of the midfielder. Is he good enough? I'll say make the step up. I know Liverpool are that much above Brighton, but
winner.
is he the sort of player that Liverpool should be targeting?
Absolutely.
Mate? You like him,
definitely.
you're a fan?
It depends on sort of money you're going to pay, but Bellingham looks like he's too much money. He looks like for Liverpool's point of view. But certainly McAllister's had a great season. World Cup winner. He's playing in a very good Argentina side, isn't he? Yeah. So he should be able to get any side, really. I mean, it's a situation now. He's got better and better. Be a shame for Brighton, but they're going to get good money for him, whatever.
I think around 60, 70, 80 million pounds the fee being mentioned early doors.
Is he very similar to Fernandes, though? That's the only problem you're going to have. Bruno Fernandes at Manchester United. If they come in through,
you can see a battle.
Is it Liverpool? Do you think Liverpool's going to, or Man United is not interested as well?
According to the back of the Times, they say Liverpool targeted him this summer as the midfielder they want to bring.
How
in.
would you rate him better than Henderson? More mobile than Henderson?
Well, Henderson's been brilliant for Liverpool. You can't knock what he's achieved because everybody, said he's not good enough after coming from Sunderland, but he's really improved, and you can see he's a leader as well on the pitch. Different sort of player. He's a more, he gets probably forward more and creates more chances. I could argue he's a little bit, he's a very efficient player, Henderson, isn't he? But maybe he can see a pass a little bit better. But Henderson he's been brilliant for Liverpool over the last 5, 6, 7 years.
Now, I hate to say this, but what about De Zerbi? The Brighton boss.
Unbelievable
Are they
job.
going to keep him?
Well, that's the big question now. Yeah, I'm sure lots of big clubs now. I'm not saying Brighton's not a big club, but if you're looking at the top 5, top 6 clubs, certainly he will come into the reckoning because he's done such a great job, and you can see his energy on the sidelines. How he's coaching staff. You can see the togetherness that everybody's in it together. When they win games of football, I was at Chelsea away when Brighton beat Chelsea, and the way they played that day, it could have been 4 or 5 out. Yeah. But at the end, they're all celebrating with the fans. All the coach staff are all in, and it looks like a really happy camp at the moment. So. It's just got to keep it going now. Can they shock a few teams towards the end and see? Can they beat Man City? Can they somehow beat Arsenal? Should be interesting to see how it ends up. But they've had a brilliant season.
They also played Newcastle. Well, they got
Newcastle.
the top 3 rest of the season.
Got Arsenal,
they've got
Man City, Newcastle.
Yeah,
and Aston Villa.
Yeah. And if you include last night's game, that's the top four they had, yeah.
That's a tough running.
New Rashford deal could open the door to Kane dream ticket. James Ducker this morning in the Telegraph, very well connected with Man United, talks about Rashford, 12 months left on his contract. United are confident they will get that sorted this summer, and then all attention will move on to Harry Kane now, who Erik ten Hag he desperately wants to centre forward, and was last night out even more evidence that if it's Kane or someone else, United this summer have to go out and sign a number 9.
I don't want to sell all their players, but about Ivan Toney as well. He's got to be in people's thinking sorely for a centre forward.
Well, you think how good he's been for Brentford this season.
Yeah, he's scoring goals. And that was a good point now. If Brighton did manage to get in the Champions League, look, it's going to be tough if they... But what would he do then, McAllister? And Liverpool don't get in the Champions League. Would he stay at Brighton, or does he still go to Liverpool?
Chelsea, Ivan Toney, maybe?
Certainly number 9, yeah. They definitely need a number 9. Desperately.
20 goals he's got this season. Only Kane and Haaland got more than him in the league.
Yeah, so I don't like to put people's players in shop windows, but I'm sure they'd be certainly sniffing around someone like Ivan Toney.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.